Did I miss anything?
Character, if you do the demi-human, and then you choose a career still, so.
Yep, so
that could be from the general career list or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they had a lot listed under this one or not. I think it was just the general stuff.
Yeah, I think in the
like tearing off and that. Are you using? Where did it go? Where do I have that? There we go. Are you using Genesis Emporium? It's actually pretty nice to do your general build-in, even though it doesn't have all the skills or some of the classes, but you can, or careers. But if there's a career under the fantasy or under the demi-human, I forget if there is, but you can actually kind of add them in.
Let me look.
Where is that Genesis Foundry? I lost the link to it.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna throw it in. And yeah, you sign in and everything. It'll save that. Adding special stuff, it's pretty easy to add in some of this, like the demi-human. Probably I don't think was in there, but you can add it pretty easy.
Apparently, for me to look at some of my features, because I use the Genesis thing, Emporium thing, to create my character, and I guess I have some passive. What is this? Some talents or something like claws and fleet of paw, and it says see ROT page 68 for more details. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
That's Realms of Terranoth.
Runes of Terranoth.
Okay. Was that one of the things you gave us to download?
That is one of the things I gave you, yeah.
Okay, let me take a look.
Oh, that one I missed. Somehow I missed that one. I think I got all the other ones.
Hmm.
And if I didn't, I will shortly. How about that?
Works.
Scroll up. Okay, Genesis 4, Genesis Expanded. Huh.
It should be coming through the Skype chat to you shortly. It's a big book, so it may take a few.
Okay.
So I have a gear question.
What question you got? Did you see that link I sent you that had a ridiculously large amount?
No, yeah, that's a great list. It's all cool, has most everything, and I was looking for stuff and then trying to figure out one item that I couldn't find anywhere, and then I find at the very end there magical implements, and then they have musical instrument. I'm like, oh, this is actually like musical instrument to be able to use like for spell casting,
like
which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I was kind of hoping and thinking to eventually incorporate. But when you look at it, it's musical instrument skill versus. Well, they never saw versus anywhere. Is that a actual magic, or is that
in Realms of Terranoth? They have the verse, which is the magic music. The bard, basically, it's the bard skill.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because it's like I went primal, but because I had no idea about verse. Is there somewhere it has verse spells?
Verse, yeah, it's in Realms of Terranoth. You want to look up in the skill section there because it has runes and verse as a new form of magic, basically. It's basically the bard skill.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was looking at the instrument, and using primal, but obviously those aren't the same then. So okay. So I would need to decide to go with verse magic or primal.
Or both.
Okay.
I mean, you can always diversify and spend all those points.
Down the road, but I can't do it right now because I spent money on stats or characteristics, which didn't leave a whole lot for much else.
Never does.
So what does verse use? Presence?
I believe so. Let me open the Realms of Terranoth book, and we can see. Unfortunately, that book is laid out horribly because they do it by like regions instead of careers and stats.
Yeah. It's unfortunate the other spell supplement doesn't include verse for suggested pre-built spells.
This is weird. It's telling me I don't have permission to do anything to this file.
So it starts on page 126 on the virtues of verse. Okay. And then it kind of disappears into the skill section again. I love how they give you just
presence, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for the skills.
File not found. Darn it.
Let's see. Skills. Adventuring is intellect. We don't need to worry about that. Forbidden is intellect. Geography is intellect. We can totally use the geography skill.
Oh, are those the knowledge skills? Because I might make use of some of those.
Yeah, basically it means you know how to read a map. Yeah, verse is a presence skill.
Okay. Which is all fine. It's just...
Yeah.
So I'm having trouble getting the Ruins of Terranoth book open. Could you just rattle off the knowledge skills we're using here? Geography.
For knowledge, we've got geography.
Mm-hmm.
There is... I mean, if you want, there's adventuring, but unless you use it, I'm not going to, hoist it on you. It helps you identify strange things, attempts to find the safest course across treacherous areas and ruins and things like that.
So it's kind of like weird problem solving.
Yeah. One that you'll definitely want will be the lore skill. Which is the lore represent characters' knowledge of magic, legends, religion, and similar means. It's basically the poor man's religion skill.
Okay. And any others that spring to mind?
Nope.
Okay. So really just those two are important.
Yeah.
Unless there's one like science for like higher learning from like an Institute of Higher Learning or something like that.
Well, you can use the alchemy.
Okay, because I was thinking about doing something like that too.
Yeah, that's is the alchemy skill. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not a knowledge skill.
It's
its own skill.
Yeah, okay. It's alchemy with intelligence.
Okay, because I think I'm gonna go with a healer. But alchemy wasn't one of the listed things for it, so that would be like an out of career choice.
Yeah, alchemy is different than herbs and other stuff, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
bandages and science.
Yeah, beyond the realm of medicines and stuff.
Yeah. Concocting strange brews that make you feel better.
Jim, can you look at my... so I made a character sheet. It's called Mao. Can you look at it for me to see? Because I did some stuff, but I don't know what I did.
Are we talking in Roll20?
Yeah. Can you look on Genesis Emporium?
No, you'd have to save a copy and send it to me, and I'd have to import it into Emporium.
Okay. Because I tried figuring out how to do this. Like, I tried transferring what I saw in Genesis Emporium into what I accidentally opened into Roll20.
Let me make one quick change real quick. That way your teammates can see your character. And we'll put you in the folder.
They can get rid of this. So whatever, I can't even say that name.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, you can totally edit that one.
I tried. I couldn't. At least the couple times I got in here. Oh, now it does. Prove me wrong, Roll20. Well, I already made one, so.
Well, fine. You just be independent that way.
Well, now that they give you that option, I mean.
Yeah, that is nice that they've, given away some of the control to, like, why can't your players do that?
Yeah, why not let me create something there? Why wait until we hook up and whatnot? And
exactly.
So I guess the big question here, so sorcery has divine, primal, and arcane as an option for the magic, but not verse. Are you willing to slide verse in there?
Yeah, I'm totally willing to let you use verse if you want to use it, because it fits your character way better.
Well, definitely. But I just want to make sure, since sorcerer was those three, but go ahead and add that as well, because there's no reason you couldn't be, magic or voice magic as well. So, okay. Sweet.
Get we'll him. Why? He's pulling out a flute. Why don't we like flutes? Because he'll put it to his mouth.
All right. Well, that's a very expensive stack of reeds, 200 credits.
You mean 200 drachma, because we're in ancient Greece.
That too. But 200 for a stack of reeds. That's pretty darn expensive. I guess it was all in the enchanting.
It's the cool reeds.
Yeah. It's from the reeds from the swamp of some special magical place. And now we're not responding. What's it doing? Come on, save us a PDF already.
And Scott had a really good suggestion, by the way, and I'm totally making sure to give him cred for it, did you guys want a ship? Because, it's ancient Greece, and, it's all about going places.
Isn't it? I read it's also Egypt, though, too?
Oh, well, yeah, the Mediterranean.
Oh, okay, good.
But mostly with the focus of, Greece.
Gotcha.
In the Aegean Sea. As I totally changed the map and showed I already have a little boat there.
Ooh. I mean, heck, if it's an option, why not?
I mean, especially since you could have one of the teeny tiny boats with a couple NPCs that do the humping of the gear, and you guys just do the other stuff.
I definitely will not be rowing.
What?
Neither will I.
What?
I will knock things off shelves.
I can roll once maybe, but yeah, my bronze won.
What you're really doing is just putting your hands on the ore and totally doing crunches while the person next to you is doing the actual lifting.
Yeah. No. I will entertain the rowers. No drums, but I'll do some flute for them.
Hey, if you look at the whole Jason and the Argonauts, the musician on board was totally there for keeping cadence. That was it. That was his job.
Yep. That's me.
I'll do all the rowing myself.
Yeah, exactly. We have extended oars that go all the way to the center of the big old boat, and he's there like. He's our meathead. I mean, muscle guy, fighter type.
Your typical son of a god warrior.
Typical.
And these last couple downloads from Skype have been a pain to save.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Skype
I was having trouble with that one too.
Skype has been a brat.
Yeah, I've got it to do it, but it like hangs and because you have to. Unfortunately, the save. At least I'm not getting the save option. I have to do a save as PDF, and then it goes all the way to the end and kind of hangs there for a while and quits responding.
Yeah, I had no permission to do anything with it.
Oh, really?
Sort of thing.
Huh.
And then it says download failed. Let me try this one more time.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe that'll work. Oh, I'm so torn. Archer or doctor? Archer or doctor?
Yeah. An archer doctor?
Dr. Archer?
You know, I was trying to look for something that was kind of like that.
Yeah, some of the base lists, it's kind of like, They don't, like when I was trying to create for the apocalyptic stuff, it was like, initially it was like the mechanic kind of sucked, didn't have quite what I wanted. Then there was something else, didn't have quite what I wanted. And so I was like, but I really love the Fallout book though. Freaking amazing.
Yeah, that Fallout book is a labor of love that they did.
Yeah, and I like the characters in that. For the characters in there, the different. So basically, have a human, intelligent human. So you obviously get that stat as boost, but then your job, your careers, I like because it only gives you 4 items for your career. The other 4 you get to choose.
Yeah, because
I like.
And that totally gives you the apocalyptic feel too, because it's like, okay, you need these 4 for your job, but the other 4 skills, you're just picking that shit up. It's coming from anywhere in the wasteland that you're learning those skills.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. So, which allows everybody to be different, even though they might have both be mechanics, but their other 4 subset skills could be whatever. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. That's pretty neat.
The mad scientist is similar to what I was looking for, but it's got some that just don't apply because it's from the steampunk setting.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at that one because that's a little more technology. Unless you want to be the Archimedes guy, who's like the only one who has access to this knowledge. I mean, if that's what you're going for, that would work for it. But
yeah, it would be more that than a healer type.
Yeah, it's kind of just trying to see if there's something that's kind of in between what I'm looking for here. I'm trying to get the Turnoff book open, but it's just not working for me.
It's not in your downloads in your file explorer?
It's there. It just, I go to open it and it says, let me see what it says. Oh, now it opens, of course. For a couple times it said file not found. A couple times it said I didn't have permission.
Sometimes it means you were still downloading it from Skype and they hadn't given you the whole packet yet. Yeah, sometimes when you get that permission crap, it's Skype hasn't given you the actual opening code for the book yet.
Okay, now that makes sense. Let's see, careers.
Feels like it's already Friday and it's only Thursday.
Yeah. But that's all right. Tomorrow's kind of a layback day. It's our kind of telehealth, our kind of yearly training / hang out and have some fun day, kind of retreat sort of, but gotta conduct some business. So all of our texts and stuff are coming in from all the different C-Box, from Yuma, Cascaran, Sierra Vista, and all that stuff. So
I have to give my mom her car back tomorrow. My car is in the shop. It was only supposed to be there till today, and they just notified me that it's going to be there until next week. The end of, like a week from now. And my mom needs her car back, so I'm going to be carless.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm very not happy about the situation. Basically going to be, what's the word? Going to be carless for the weekend.
Bummer.
That's when you totally have to say, so, boyfriend, here's what you need to do.
He's working. He has to work this weekend.
So what I'm hearing you say is, boyfriend, do you trust me? If you trust me, let me drive you to work.
I don't. I'm terrified to drive his car, so no.
I mean, that's understandable. You don't want to mess up somebody's stuff, but
I'm already
in a pinch.
Wow, spirit speaking, interesting.
So, Jim, were you able to look at my character sheet?
Yeah.
And
it looked good. I mean, you got stuff on it.
What else do I need to add on?
What else do you have for your character to add? I mean, newbie characters are pretty quick to, fill out.
Okay, so I add?
You've got your wounds, you've got your strain, you've got your soak. Let's see.
Apparently, I have no defense. Apparently.
Did you look up?
Oh yeah, most people don't have defense.
Yeah, that's uncommon.
Yeah, so we've got your character's name in there. Oh, and you're changing page. You went to the weapons tab. So if you're taking the cat folk from Terranoth, I think they have a natural claw attack.
Yeah.
So you'd want to put that in your weapons tab there. So under weapons, see where it says initiative, weapons, and combat skills?
Mm-hmm.
Under weapons, you click the add box over on the left, and it'll pop open a box.
Okay.
And let me see. Taking the cute little cat people. Which is funny because in Terranoth, because of artwork, they gave people options of, is it feline hobbit people, or is it actual cat people?
Oh, there's a difference?
Well, if you want to be human with cat ears and a tail, you can. But
no. I want
you
to
want
be
to look like
actual,
a cat.
I want to be a cat. I do not want boobs. I want to be a cat.
Well, cats have boobs. It's how Mama Cat feeds the babies.
Okay, I do not want to be a cat with human memories. How about that?
So,
I want to be just a bipedal cat.
Hello.
Hello. So
which one would that be?
Or whatever that you ordered, they don't have any in stock.
Give me just a second.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I'm making
do they have any kind of wound spray or wound wipes?
Oh, and for wounds, like I'm looking, I don't see.
So you're a
anything.
hairless cat? You're a Sphinx?
I'm not. What? I don't want to be a Sphinx. No. I did play a Sphinx in another D&D game, or in a D&D game.
I just asking, you know. I mean,
not in this one because
Yeah, this would.
I love Sphinx
This
cats.
would be for an actual wound,
not the prettiest
not for eyes or ears. Yeah.
The goal of this character is to charm people, a la Puss in Boots.
I can ask up front and see.
Yeah, if you could ask them, because I know normally they do carry something like Neosporin.
Yeah, for cats. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this whole section. I don't see anything else comparable to that. So, like,
picture I made
I'll ask them.
Okay, yeah, if you could, because it may be something too they put behind the counter, because a lot of times you're getting stupid with that stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll ask, and then I'll give you a ring back if they don't have anything. I'm guessing you didn't want to put in an order just for the little treats.
Yeah, the treats were just extras I added on.
I figured that. Okay, I'll give you a call back. I'll ask up front if they got anything else, and I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. Bye.
Sorry about that. That was my DoorDasher calling me, saying that
nice.
the item I ordered was not available, but he's going to ask the clerks instead of just look at the counter. Because my poor kitty cat's got an owie because he got attacked by an alley cat.
Oh, no.
And the vet doesn't have an opening, so I'm at least looking to see if I can find some cat ointment. Because I know they have this. This is a thing that I can spray on the wound just to make sure it doesn't go bad.
Little bag bomb.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's on. He got out once because he went through the bathroom window and got hit on the leg, and then he got hit on the base of the hips, the top of his butt.
Yeah.
And he's now like pulling hair out to clean the wound, so it's like, okay, that's not a good sign. And of course, we all know cat bites, they instantly get infected. So speaking of cats, for your cat folk, I'll totally save you some work and paste in Roll20's chat your cat abilities from Terranoth, so that way you've got it. The first one is you have claws. That cat folk possess sharp, retractable claws and may choose to attack with the following portfolio. It's so on the. Go ahead and click add for your weapons.
Okay. And it's got weapon type.
Mm-hmm. So
pop this screen out so I can look at two things at once.
See where it says damage and crit in the little boxes?
Okay. All right, wait. Okay, weapon, add. Okay, damage and crit, yeah.
So on the damage, put +1, because it's going to be +1 added to your brawn.
Okay, +1.
Because you may still change your brawn with experience points or whatnot. And then it crits on a 3.
So I put 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And on the range, it's engaged, which it should already be there.
Yeah.
And for the skill, it's going to be the brawl skill, which it should do.
Okay.
Sorry, my voice is going out. Should already be
under
there.
weapon type, do I put claws?
Under make and model, you can put claws.
Okay. So I don't put anything under weapon type?
And then, nope, you don't have to put anything under there. Then you want to go to the qualities, which is the last one. And you want to put Vicious 1. So it's plus 10% to crit.
Vicious
so on qualities,
1.
Vicious 1.
Apparently, I don't know how to spell vicious. I'll check.
It's in the chat there too. Spell check does pop up, I think.
Which chat or did you put this in?
In Roll20 in the cartoon bubble chat.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
And then you're gonna want to go. It's on. Yeah, it's further down to where you have talents and special abilities.
Wait. I'm slow.
Just
I'm
roll
a
the
slow
mouse
old
down.
lady. Okay, Vicious 1. All right, all right. So do I put Vicious 1. Do I have to add anything? Do I hit modify?
Nope. That's it. You're done. Just click outside of the box.
Click outside of the box.
And scroll down. See where it says combat skills, then talents and special abilities.
Okay.
Click add under talents and special abilities.
Okay.
And in the comments chat there, you see a talent you have called Fleet of Paw.
Yeah. I put that under in that where
it's a talent,
name?
so you want to put it in there in the talent. Yep. So Fleet of Paw is the name.
Paw. Okay.
See where it says passive and active, and passive is a blue box?
Yeah.
Click active because it's a thing that you have to choose to do.
Okay.
And you can just copy paste the description of what it is and put it in the summary. So catfolk can perform a second maneuver to move without suffering strain. They still cannot exceed the limit of 2 maneuvers per turn. But it basically means you can run like nobody's business.
Okay. All right, got it. And that's it? Okay.
And now you can go ahead and go back to the skills tab. I mean, I would totally just click it, but I don't want to mess with you while you're in your character.
All right, skills.
And are your characteristics right?
Yeah, I as I said, I kind of imported this from the one we started in the Genesis Emporium.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I just want to make sure the numbers are what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 2 brawn, 3 agility, because we had used my points, my XP points to get all that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So then we scroll down and we see you should have 8 career skills, right?
Career skills?
The ones with the blue check marks.
1,
what
2,
career did you take? It was the
3,
con
4,
man,
5,
right?
6, 7. I chose con artist. That's my thing. Character info. I got con artist was my thing.
Okay, so peeking into a con artist, it looks like you need to check coordination about 6 skills down from the top. There you go.
Okay.
Don't forget that that's also a career skill for you.
Okay.
You're missing one. That's the only thing I think I see that's off.
Okay. Now, do I choose? Do I add weapons or, I guess inventory? I guess.
So yeah, go ahead and click on your inventory. So every starting character gets 500, whatever the currency is for Genesis. Is it's like credits for a future world. In this case, it's drachma for ancient Greek. So you have 500 drachma. In the Skype chat, I listed a really nice list of very on point It's called Genesis Additional Gear Fantasy. If you just click on in the Skype chat, it brings up a really nice Excel sheet of a bunch of old world weapons and things. It's got the poisons, potions, and drugs. It's basically an Excel sheet with the tabs at the bottom to let you change pages.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I saw like weapons, weapon attachments, gears and tools, potions and drugs, poisons, armor attachments. Okay.
And just
now
think Greek.
My type of character, guess I can use. Let me look at my character again.
I was gonna say let's peek in there and see what weapons. So go to the skills tab and see what weapons you can do. So in this setting, it uses melee light and melee heavy. And
I can use melee light and range light.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe a sling. No, that's medium. Ugh.
No, that's the range you're looking at.
Oh, okay.
It's either a light or a heavy weapon. So it's either a bow or a ballista, you know.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. So I see my character probably using something like a sling.
So like if you go to that page, because they don't have a sling in any other book, but this spreadsheet had a good, decent sling. So
yeah, sling, there's a short bow. I can see a short bow even.
Yeah, that's what, I'm looking at this. Ranged.
You just have to have a agility of 2 for the short bow.
Because it has unwieldy 2.
Yeah, which is interesting.
So the sling says disorient 2, prepare 1.
So those are going to be put over in the weapon qualities. So when you hit somebody, Disorient's going to add a black dice if you get enough advantage to use it. So you basically ring their bell.
Okay.
So anything they do is going to have a black dice added to it because you dinged them right off the temple. The prepared means you need to take one maneuver to start swinging that sling in the air and doing the whole David Goliath thing where you're going and then you throw.
Okay.
Which totally makes sense.
It's not, which is kind of what I was thinking, but when you read prepared versus like limited ammo, prepared actually means you have to prepare it initially, but from the first, once you prepare, you don't have to prepare between rounds.
Yeah. It's a once you've done it, you're ready to go the next time.
So it's really more you pull it out of the pouch and you kind of got to futz with it to, get it hooked up to your fingers and, situated once you got it hanging right. So, because that was what I was thinking, almost like you had to do it between, each bullet. And I'm like, well, that's going to suck. But
yeah, so once you've got it all unfurled and set up, most sling folks, by the time they've let go of the first sling, they're ready to load the next stone in there and start spinning it up.
Oh, are you talking about slow firing? Is that essentially what the...
No, prepared.
It's not slow firing, it's prepared?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not slow firing or it's not limited ammo where you have to load each round. It's you have to pull it out, kind of, stretch it out and get it in your fingers right. And
so
once you've prepped it, you're good to go from that point. There is no delay in firing.
Yeah.
So we're with the sling, because I'm adding this under weapon, under make and model sling, range medium, skill melee, condition new, I guess. Where do I put the what's it called?
So where it says engage, that'll be in the qualities at the bottom right-hand side.
Okay, so I put...
You want to, I would click that and copy and paste it.
Okay.
Just so that the formatting stays. Otherwise, if quality is kind of put in funky, it can
totally do this messy, weird pastes instead of showing your actual attack. It breaks the macro.
Okay.
Let's see if mine will. Yeah, mine's working.
All right, and then I put 4 for damage and 4 for critical.
Yep.
All right, so I got that.
No encumbrance and no hard points.
Okay. All right, let's see what else I want on here. And I guess I should take like something like a dagger or, I don't know, maybe, well, no. I really want things to be not close to me.
It never hurts to have a knife, just saying.
Yeah, I was thinking either dagger or...
Especially when a shepherd looks out of nowhere and goes, "Why's that cat got a dagger?" And I don't know why all of a sudden I became Australian.
Well, and it's a tool, not as much as it is a weapon. I mean,
yeah,
okay, so
it's an everyday thing.
Okay, so I'll add a dagger here.
I mean, even Brutus had a dagger. Et tu, Brute?
That was terrible. You should be ashamed.
And if you get a dagger, it is capable of being thrown.
Make model dagger. That is range.
And if anyone's wondering, yes, alchemist fire totally exists because that's Greek fire.
Go.
Exactly.
Really light.
Yeah, so melee, what it means is melee and light. Well, or no, I guess that's saying we just use melee, not melee light.
Okay, yeah. I'll put melee then.
So, well, no, for this setting, it would do the light and the heavy for melee.
So I'll put my...
For the fantasy settings, it uses light and heavy for the different weapons.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the sling didn't have light next to it; just said regular melee.
Well, on the sling, you're going to have to do the drop down and change that to ranged.
To range light, yeah.
Range light, okay.
Yeah.
But there is a melee light.
The range to medium.
Yeah, I got medium range for that one.
Okay, I'll be right back. My DoorDasher just showed up, which means they did have the stuff I needed.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
So, but apparently for that, so for that, you want to make sure you're training the melee light, not the regular melee. Okay. When you select that, then if he's separating it out like that, so you might want to just adjust that on the skill sheet.
All right.
And on your damage, so it's +2. So it's +2 to your brawn. So you can put the damage in there, the total damage if you want.
Well, I put damage +2, critical 3.
Right. No. Like so what you can, to make it easy, just put 2 plus whatever your brawn is.
Oh, really? Okay.
And put that number in there. So like I'm only a brawn 1, so my damage is 3.
Okay.
So do you have a 2 brawn?
I'm trying to figure out where I look for that. I'm skills. Skills. I have a 2 brawn, yes.
Okay, so your weapon damage for the dagger is going to be 4.
Okay.
2 plus your brawn. So it's just instead of going, oh wait, what was my brawn? It just you got the damage there.
Okay. All right, and then for the sling, it said 4. So
yeah,
do I
that
add
one's just nope. That's
straight
just
up 4. Okay.
Yeah. When you see a plus, which is some like some melee or a lot of times more brawn weapon or brawl weapons.
Yeah.
The plus is a plus your characteristic, your brawn characteristic.
Okay.
But if it's just a straight number, then it's just the number. But so you can see here, all the melee looks like it's a plus your brawn.
Okay.
in this setting.
All right. Okay. All right. I got those two things.
Engaged melee light.
So I'm going through like I guess the gears and tools and stuff like that, right? I have a question on. So I'm looking like, because I'm thinking, I'm thinking either doing either a haversack or a utility belt or both, But each one says +1 or +3 encumbrance. What does that mean?
So it basically adds to your carrying capacity.
Okay. So it allows me to carry more is really what it's saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. It adds to that. So if I forget what the base calculation is for it, but it's partially your brawn. It might be your brawn by itself, but I don't think so. I forget but it's that whatever it is. I'd have to look up what the calculation is. That adds 3 more to your capacity. If you add the belt, that's another +1 to your carrying capacity. So basically, when you look at your weapons and armor and everything, when it has encumbrance, encumbrance 2, well, that's 2 encumbrance for you to carry it. If you're over your encumbrance threshold, then it starts causing black dice and stuff like that.
Okay. Right. And where do I find out what my encumbrance threshold is?
Well, it's on the top. Let me look on the sheet. Does it give calculation for that?
I see the threat. Right. Okay. I found encumbrance. I have 1 right now. So
I think everybody starts like that, showing that, and I don't think it shows. Oh wait, here it is. I think. Whoops. Yeah. So if you look on your Genesis Imperium sheet.
Yeah.
So if you scroll down to where the weapons and stuff are.
Yeah.
So right above weapons is encumbrance.
Okay. It says 0/7.
Right. So your current threshold is 7.
Okay. All right. So I can conceivably add 3 more to make that 10. Conceivably.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think I might do the haversack and the utility belt.
Yeah, that's what I went with the haversack. It's basically like a shoulder bag kind of, or messenger bag.
With haversack, would it be under? I could add that as a tool, right?
Yeah, you can do it either 2 ways. Under the inventory, you can I just put it under my personal gear.
Okay.
At the bottom left, but if you want to remember that what it's contributing, then you would add it as a tool, put the name in, and then in the bonus description there, you could put, +3 encumbrance if you want to just help remember that.
Okay.
Sorry.
But some of your stuff that you like, a wine, like water skin, and those general stuff, you can just put personal gear. You don't have to break it out into tools unless there's features you want to recall from it.
Yeah, you can save yourself some paperwork.
Yeah. You can add a hard point or A hard point on a dagger? Interesting.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Maybe you want to spend that one hard point for a serrated edge.
Yeah, serrated edge, or I guess a big guard for like a fencing or defensive type dagger. So okay, yeah, fine.
Or superior. Well, I think superior takes 2.
Yeah. So okay, fine.
So yeah, that spreadsheet's a really good one, and I totally found it on the old Fantasy Flight Games page.
Nice.
So, question. I'm definitely gonna go with the healer who has the knowledge skill. Do I select which knowledge skill? Do I get all of them, but have to differentiate which ones I put points into?
Each knowledge is its own skill, so.
Because like astrocartography is its own skill up top, but we're going with geography, which is, I guess, a regular knowledge one.
I mean, you could go for astrocartography as using the stars.
Yeah, I just meant, was it like a placeholder or something for geography? So there's lore and geography, essentially, is what you're saying.
You basically have to, yeah, lore is its own skill, so you basically would have to use one of the blanks on the character sheet.
Yeah, and make a custom one.
Yeah, the custom blanks at the bottom.
Yeah. So, but those are the 2 to choose from, really.
Well, I mean, there's always, religion. There's the divine skill.
Oh, well, there's like culture and...
Yeah.
Yeah, but those
was there one like culture and society and stuff like that?
So in the Emporium, there's base knowledge, then there's knowledge adventuring, amber or whatever, which that's a totally different. That's a totally different setting and a crucible.
That's for Keyforge, yeah.
Oh, okay, so I can look at those for choices then.
Lore, science. I mean, you could have science or society.
Okay, gotcha. So there are more than just those ones.
Potentially knowing stuff about other than Greek society, or knowing more details about Greek society.
Nice.
Or Egyptian society. Yeah, lore's your magic, science. So
yep.
I think science would be there. That'd be like working up, creating a ballista or those kind of mechanics and
engineering.
Okay, I think I get it.
Forbidden, some other setting too, right?
Yeah, forbidden is for like dark infernal magic.
Yeah, but lore should cover that for what we're doing. Yeah.
And remember, crafting would be mechanics.
Right.
Okay, in that case, you want to craft something.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see here.
All right.
And for doing alchemy, the process of brewing a potion takes 1 hour plus a number of hours equal to the rarity of the potion. So just know there is no quick alchemy.
I didn't assume that there would be.
That's one thing.
Spend time in the laboratory.
It's like Pathfinder. The crafting in there kind of pain in the ass. It's
super
like
clunky.
Well, it's like 3 days for like any kind of crafting, and like even a potion is 3 days, and you get like 1d4 potions out of it in 3 freaking days. I'm like, really?
Hey guys, we need to put the adventure on hold while I bust out the high school chemistry set.
I mean, I get it if you're crafting an armor or sword, but like potions shouldn't be 3 days for a whole 1d4 freaking potions.
Well, see, first I have to collect everyone's urine, and I have to condense it to uric acid, and then I have to condense it to actual crystals.
Ooh.
And then I have to rehydrate it, but with an alcohol base.
That's gross. It's gross.
Hey, you can make a really cool poppy, like the little kid throwing rocks that pop. You can make that out of actual urine. You're
I don't like any of it. I don't like it at all.
Actually, I'm going to spend the extra money for a parrying dagger. Because I really don't want to be in melee.
I think I missed this. What's the beginning equipment? Just 500 currency?
Yep.
And that's it?
Yep, the 500 drachma.
Okay. Gotcha.
40 extra credits just because of that. That's all right.
What is this you speak of?
I'm wondering if, trying to figure out what kind of con artist I'm going to be here. With the
conniest.
Conniest of cons. No, I saw something and I was like, it's too expensive. I'm not getting this. Like, I have to buy other things.
And remember, you are young and new and very inexperienced going out into the world, but you've got, like, oomph power. Oh, and speaking of oomph power, don't forget we are using, since we voted, and I think David was the only one that voted, and I was told to vote
so
with
we
him.
Got it.
That if you open your Terranoth book, one of the cool things that they had in Terranoth setting, which would totally work for a heroic godly thing, is heroic abilities on page 75. To answer Chris's question, who I could not answer while I was at work, so you pick a heroic ability. There's a nice list. It's really chunky with a bunch of different cool stuff. So you've got, I'll just read them off and then give you the details. You've got all the facts, which means for 2 story points, you immediately know vital information. It's good for, wanting to be a know-it-all. You actually do know it all. Then there's the connected.
I'm probably going to take that one.
There's the connected who always knows somebody. There's the foretelling if you want to be a Cassandra. There's hard to kill if you don't want to die. Because let's put it this way, the base power, when you activate it, it adds plus 4 to your soak. Which pretty much is doubling the soak that you have. There's crazy. Influential, which basically helps upgrade your social skills. There's Paragon, which means whatever you're good at, you are very, very good at it.
That sounds good too.
There's Sixth Sense. They're all good. That's the problem, is they're all great. There's Sixth Sense, that for the base ability, basically you have some kind of extrasensory perception, and it applies to something like animals, the dead, other people's minds, whatever, whatever flavor you give to it. And when it's active, you can communicate in a limited fashion with that type of entity. So it's totally the dead, the movie Sixth Sense. It's not the I have a sixth sense for danger. It's the I have an extrasensory perception with something. So you see dead people, basically, or you can talk to animals. And then you have which I like, is the signature weapon, is you have a cool badass weapon that's your signature weapon. So it could be like Hercules' club. Everybody knew about his big ass club.
Hercules. Oh, sorry.
Hercules. And as you level, it levels up too. And then you have Unbowed, which basically you can keep on fighting even though you've gone past, as long as you're not dead, you can keep going, but it basically you can go on for quite a while before you're done. You have Unleash, which is basically you go into a berserker rage. When it's active, you can perform a maneuver once per round on your turn to immediately defeat one minion group within short range. So if there's a minion group, you just mop the floor with them. And as you play, you level up this heroic ability. So one thing you're going to want to keep track of is when your character receives experience points. Every time your character gets 50 points, you get 1 ability point to spend on your heroic ability to upgrade it.
I have a question.
What's your question?
the Cassandra one, because what I remember about Cassandra is she could tell the future, but nobody believed her.
See, thankfully, you don't have the curse. You only have the good part.
That's what I.
So here's the basic ability of it. Your character possesses mystical means of predicting future events, or lives their life in pursuit of ancient prophecy of which they might have been the subjects. So for each round, it's active. Each round, you may ask the GM one yes or no question about knowledge your character doesn't have any mundane or logical ability to possess, which the GM must answer truthfully. Your character gains the information through whatever esoteric means is appropriate. So acting on the information is another matter entirely, of course. You can't go around accusing nobles of crimes without evidence just because the spirits told you.
This is the thing I could totally see my character doing. Like, they woke up with this power to tell the future, and they use it to cheat at cards and scam people out of things.
Hey, that would totally be a thing, you know. The TV show Ghosts, they had a spirit try to cheat at cards with them, you know. It's a thing.
Because I could totally see my character basically use like a power to because they are a con artist, so I could totally see them. Oh, you woke up with this destiny in this future. It's like, nah, I don't want that. That sounds way too dangerous. I would rather just have a cushy life. I'm just gonna make money and cheat at things.
And as you level up the power, when it becomes improved and it's turned on, you can re-roll one skill. Relevant to the question that you asked the GM. And when you become supremely powerful in the ability, once while it's active, when an NPC makes a skill check, you can roll an identical dice pool and choose to substitute that check for the NPC's check.
Okay.
So basically you get to roll twice and pick which one happens to them.
Ooh, okay. All right, so would I add something like that?
So I would put that, I would put it under powers, because you can view upgrades and add upgrades, where if you do talent, you can't do that so easily.
So what is this power called?
Powers under the combat?
No. The power that I'm making the choice of.
I will copy paste it into the Roll20 chat to save you some time. How about that?
Thank you.
So just to let you know, to activate heroic powers, it does cost 2 story points to activate. If we have a bunch of natural humans in the group, you'll totally be stealing story points just to do that, I'm sure.
I think I might be one of those.
And you just have the starting foretelling, so you don't need the extra stuff yet. So this way you're you have some supernatural cool quirk regardless. Wow, that is an ugly copy paste. But basically foretelling, everything south of where it says foretelling.
Okay.
See, now the thing is, having the knowledge and convincing everyone it's true, those are 2 separate things.
Would that be Arcana, Divine, or Primal?
No, that's just you activate that power. You tell me story-wise how it works. You know, it totally could be your grandma's cat spirit shows up and gives you some help somehow, but it's not a skill roll. It's, since you're spending 2 story points, you have the power.
Yeah, you're not going to mess with you don't have to mess with that under the power. Just put influential, and then under the summary you can put the base description. And then as you upgrade, you can then, when you click the view upgrade box, you can see it opens up additional windows, and you can put the name of the upgrade and then descriptor.
Okay.
So, because
as you basically upgrade your ability, you can add things like longer duration or more frequency, that you can do it more than once per session. So then you can totally be Cordelia from Angel. Every time she needs to pop off with a story element, she can totally do that just to move the story along, because that's the best.
Okay.
Like, my favorite one of all of the upgrades is story, which reduces the cost of using it to only 1 story point. Oh, rejuvenate allies is good too. When your character activates the ability at the beginning of each turn they take while it remains active, all allies within short range heal 2 strain.
Yeah. Actually, Paragon might not be bad.
If you want to be really good at what you want to be good at, yeah.
Be a Paragon of Verse.
When you select
and
this,
I can
choose one skill, and while it's active after rolling the skill, you may remove a purple of your choice from the pool.
Which is funny. Yeah. So purple of choice. So I get to look at what was rolled and go, get rid of that 2 successes.
Yep. You mean two fails?
Well, yeah, 2 fails. Sorry. Yes. So that's pretty huge.
There is a small part of me that is almost like, if I decide not to take a power and instead chose an item instead.
Like if you went with the basically a magic weapon.
Well, because I keep looking at this thing to go with, like, because it would cost all my money, and I've already spent I spent over half my money.
There's something called. Don't worry, this is totally.
There's something called Cheats Jack, and I feel like that would go with my character so well. And
but it's an advanced item. I mean, you're a youngling.
Yeah, I know.
You'll get there.
I feel like that's what my character would use to basically do their portents or anything like that. Like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Anyways,
it's one of those things that your character's searching after in their growth of their abilities and career. And
let me show you something on your character sheet. See where you have the foretelling there?
Mm-hmm.
See where you have it say summary, and you've got a scrolling wheel there.
Yeah.
Because it's a big-ass description.
Yeah.
See underneath the scrolling wheel that little box that has the 2 slash marks on it?
Yeah.
And you know when you put your mouse over it, it turns into 2 little arrows?
Yeah, I made it bigger.
Click and make it bigger because it makes your life so much better.
Okay, I did that. I just did that right now.
That's just one of those that I always do on all the character sheets, especially for my NPCs. I gotta see all of it or it don't exist.
Okay.
So
my contribution of ADHD.
Okay, I did that.
Yeah, so I think I'm changing because I was going to go influential, but influential kind of sucks because while the ability is active, your character can use special skill to influence or inflict strain during a social encounter. Well, I can't get that ability until like tier 3, so it really does nothing up front.
Hey, this is what Session Zero's for, is fine-tuning the starter character.
Yeah,
I mean,
but Paragon, to be able to go, no, I don't want that dice in that role. That's pretty huge.
Obviously, you have that regal look where you just look and say, I deny your successful disadvantage there.
I'm just that influential and powerful with my my music and power, my performance.
Though, whenever thinking of satyrs, I have to think of the Buck Rogers Satyrs episode.
Buck Rogers?
Anybody else know that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. The old show Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
There was an
Have you watched the new series? The newer actual series? There's like a newer series of Buck Rogers.
The classic, early 80s one.
Yeah.
He ends up shot fighting some bad guys and has to crash land on this beautiful planet. It literally looks like the backside of Greece when he lands on the planet. And he conveniently sees a bunch of goat herders with their slightly alien-looking goats. They look like they took llamas and put goat heads on them. But he basically finds this woman and child, and she takes him in and feeds him, and then she's like, oh, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta fix your plane, and you gotta go. And he's just like, what's the deal? It's a cool little homestead you got here with these cool anybody remember in the 70s those fake grapes that were always gold and rubber squishy?
Oh, yeah.
Literally, they draped these vines with those gold fake grapes. On a decent TV, you could see it. Well, she ends up, finding out that she makes grapes. So, of course, Buck Rogers, being a decent guy, he's going to help her harvest the grapes. And as he's doing that, this badass satyr dude shows up. We're talking like barbarian satyr. And he has a whip that when he whips it, it shoots laser bolts out of the end of the whip.
Oh,
and of course, you have the instant alpha male. The two fight each other. Buck Rogers gets his butt kicked the first time. She nurses him back to health, and the only thing that sates the satyr is she throws wine at him to basically make him go away. And Buck Rogers, as he's being recuperated, discovers that he's feeling very aggressive. His hair is going from flat and, action hero looky to it's starting to get curly like the satyr, because the satyr had the curly Grecian hair. And all of a sudden you realize Buck Rogers' eyes look like the satyr's eyes. And you find out wine on this planet is infested by a virus that turns all males with testosterone into satyrs.
Oh, God.
So by the end of the episode, he's like all feral and shit. He's got baby bumps coming out of his hair, and he's fighting the satyr as a satyr on satyr until finally, like, the little boy convinces Buck Rogers to knock his shit off and, fix this problem and not go all testosterone-y.
Wow. I don't know if I remember that one. Oh.
And if you watch the Heroes and Icons channel, they do show some of those old episodes.
That's funny.
Yes, I spent too many summers of my youth watching Buck Rogers reruns. And I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So have
Definitely
you all
watched all this.
Picked a heroic ability?
All the facts.
I haven't heard squat from Christopher.
I've been muted and quietly going about my business listening. I muted when the wife got home and just didn't bother to unmute. I was thinking about a signature weapon.
Hey,
went away. What the hell happened?
That's never a bad choice. I mean, come on, look at those. If it's a brawl weapon, it's +2, does disorient 3 and superior, and it has 2 hard points for modifying it. If you go for the one-hand melee, it's 1 extra point of damage and superior, and that extra hard point. The ranged one is ridiculous, That would be if you go with the signature bow or something.
No, it's going to be a melee or brawl.
You're going to have the fancy hand wraps, or you're going to have a fancy club?
I'm not sure yet. Still thinking.
I'm going to be AFK for a moment. I got to let the dogs out.
Okay.
So you're going to be a brawler, huh? No weapon? Wow.
I'm thinking. I don't know yet.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. That's very appropriate in those days.
Yeah, it's a fine tradition of the wrestling and, brawling.
I mean, Hercules didn't, I don't think, use a sword or anything, did he? He was mostly grappler and stuff.
He did have the Hercules club. It's that obnoxiously big club that's studded.
Yeah.
But that wasn't until later on in his career. But when he fought the Hydra, he gave up with swords because he realized between the Nemean lion and the Hydra, swords suck.
Yeah, I remember him fighting things bare hands for the most part.
Yep.
For a lot of stuff, yeah.
So the brawl weapon could totally be, fancy dancy knuckle dusters, or just hand wraps, magical hand wraps.
Right.
That when you put them in, they strengthen your blows like iron.
Yeah.
And since we're in a Bronze Age, that's something.
Yeah. So, Evan, did you go just a typical human, whatever they call it, the average human or whatever it is?
So, yeah, I'm just going to go the natural human, and I'm going to go with the basically doctor.
Okay.
I ended up doing a 4 in intellect and a 3 in willpower. Everything else is 2s. And I also, like, my other skills I took was mechanics and alchemy, just because he likes to putter around with stuff and invent stuff.
You are the Archimedes of the group.
Kinda, sorta. I took mechanics, alchemy, and then I've also got 2 ranks in medicine because I had a few extra experience points left over after the characteristics. So I can make, medicines and poultices and
nice
ointments and unguents.
And if you die, may I dissect your body for science?
No, I'm not crazy.
Yeah. It's not Frankenstein.
Hey, I was gonna say, with the Grecians, they had no problem with the whole dissecting for knowledge.
I was thinking more Egyptian, though.
Ooh, the faux pas.
I wanted to kind of be more from the Egyptian culture.
Okay.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah?
I was looking in the Genesis Talents Expanded, the list of all the talents that you sent out.
Yeah, that one's got pretty much every talent in there.
Yeah. Can I take Knockout Punch even though it's from Shadow of the Beanstalk?
Oh yeah, you could totally take it. Because that's a brawly martial arts, and I'm sorry, the Mesopotamian folks love their wrestling. They love their pugilism.
Yes, they did.
Yes, indeed. Then that
bunch of scantily dressed dudes wrestling around.
And hey, I'm sorry. If I was a rank and file soldier, I like the idea that my boss has to get all oiled up and wrestle their boss rather than us murder each other. You're like, yes,
you doing any
challenge
armor?
that bastard.
Okay, I'm back. Hello?
Oh.
Yep.
Welcome
back. Okay.
Are you doing any armor?
Me?
No, Christopher.
Oh.
Okay.
I just now got to equipment. I was leaning against it because I'm a demigod, for goodness sakes.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't have armor. But...
I mean, who doesn't like a nice, sexy breastplate? I mean, especially if it's got its own nipples.
Oh, there's that.
I mean, when you think armor, like leather armor, so that's like, if you're Greek, Greek armor, leather armor is like, like kind of a leather breastplate, maybe little shoulders, and a strips of leather hanging as a skirt.
Yeah,
so,
the cute little, tunic and with the, little leather kilt with the little weights at the end.
Yeah.
See, I am looking at...
I mean, especially when you can get it modified with gilded. So you have a boost to charm, negotiate, and leadership. Look at my armor. Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yes, I bought the robes on top of my leather armor. I really needed some leather armor because one soak, not good.
Yeah. This is like the opposite of Beanstalk, where everyone has a really low soak.
I don't know what that means.
But so we also don't have guns.
Soak is when you take damage. Soak is a number on your character sheet that you reduce the damage by every time you get a hit. Unless it's a special weapon with piercing qualities. So your soak is basically, think of it as, I hit you for 5 points minus your soak.
Okay.
So you basically, the better your soak, the less damage you take when you get hit.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, most folks are going to have a soak of whatever their brawn is, which is probably 2. And that's where, the armors come in handy because, all of a sudden you have a really nice soak because it practically, the great armors double that, which we're not going to see a lot of plate or barding. Well, barding may happen because that was totally a thing around then. The Brigadine style armor.
Mm-hmm.
because that was an actual thing.
Yep.
That was like the blend between the old armor and the plate stuff was the Brigandine. And you can totally do things like utility belts. It just means it's a strappy thing, because we all know through history people have had straps and, holsters and things for holding stuff. Or the old-fashioned one was you basically just take a cloth, roll your stuff up in it, and wrap it around your waist.
Yep. So yeah, not a fancy Star Wars utility belt.
Yeah. It does the same job, but just in a different flavor.
Alright, now I just need equipment.
Ooh, a concealed sheath so you can slay Caesar.
Yeah, that's what I chose.
Oh no, Talia, in the Gears and Tools tab, there's actually a thing called the concealed sheath.
I know.
Oh.
I added that onto my items.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she found that.
Sneaky. See what I missed?
I'm just a small little bean. I'm small and cute. And then I stab you.
That's only gonna work on me once.
Sometimes it only takes once.
Why do you think I need to do it a second time?
Oh yeah.
You gotta
get a little
make
poison.
sure you do it right.
Yeah. Or you get a little poison and poison your claws.
Yo. Oh man, I forgot that one. The attachment for a blade, the Razor's Edge, gives it Pierce 2.
See, now you're making me want to add some stuff on because I do still have some money.
It's ridiculously expensive. It costs like the price of 10 daggers to get it done. But you basically take it to a weaponsmith who makes it have Pierce 2, so it ignores 2 soak and it reduces the crit.
Okay, never mind. Jesus Christ.
No, that's a good thing because it makes it cheaper to crit.
No, I was looking at the price.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, I figured that's where she was at.
And then you can just get for 75 drachma with the blacksmith, a serrated edge to give you vicious 1, but
Yeah, I have to go through the whatchamacallit spell book, and I can tweak some of these things and make it a musical thing from some of the different spell lists.
Oh my gosh, more stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't forget whips can be used at short range.
A whip? Nice.
Yeah. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but the fact that it's got reach.
Well, is that all it has is reach? Doesn't have entangle or something? Or
it has an ensnare too.
Ensnare, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that one kind of been interesting.
That could be my signature weapon.
Nothing like a little whip in the late night party. Oh, sorry.
And don't forget, there's the shield, and then there's the large shield. So you have like the tower shield, as opposed to the regular circular shield. And in this setting, shields can be used as weapons too. Don't forget. So if you have a sword and shield, you can dual wield.
Or just go shield, and you can be like what's his name, the paladin in D&D.
Oh, good lord! Yeah, the shield master.
Just runs around with a shield. It's like really, come on.
Well, there was back in 3.5. There was a shield master that was you go with the build of dwarven hurler, I think it was, or one of the brawlers, and you go Shield Master, so you take 2 spiked tower shields, so that way he could basically run to any encounter he needs, and then basically beat the shit out of people with the shields.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it to a point, but the D&D character was just like, okay, so you have a defensive shield, and that's like all you do. Like,
yep, it's a one-trick pony.
Like, okay, so you just shield people. Like, no.
Okay. I mean, it is nice when they now have the paladin that's defender, that if you're standing adjacent to someone and they're attacking them, you impose disadvantage in their attack roll. Because you do
but that's why you're attacking and fighting.
Yeah.
Not just I'm a cavalier or whatever he was supposed to be, and I just run around and carry a shield and shield people, because I don't think he ever attacked. He just shielded people.
Yep.
Like, get your ass out there and swing something. Hit something. Hit him with your shield.
It's like Subutai from Conan. I protect the princess.
I have a couple of questions about the equipment stuff. I see like herbs of healing, which is like medicine, right? And that adds a success and an advantage to the medicine check, yes. But then there's the apothecary's kit, and then there's also the medicinist's kit, medicinist tools. Are any of are these kind of interchangeable, or
no? One is one of medicine these is and one required. Is for doing alchemy.
Well, that's apothecary says medicine, then medicinist, then alchemists, then antidotes. There's like all kinds of different ones. So I guess I
was gonna say, are you looking on the spreadsheet or are you looking in the books?
I'm looking at the spreadsheet. There's medicinist that says add boost to medicine. There's alchemist that says tool for alchemy. There's apothecary, it says tool for medicine. Then there's healing herbs, which is like add a success and an advantage to the roll. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it like the apothecary is like the baseline and the medicinist is like the level up since it adds a boost?
Probably.
And then the herbs, are those a substitute for the kit, or those in addition to the kit?
Those are in addition, because they add an advantage to your medicine check. Basically, you're sprinkling healing herbs as you're using your medicine kit.
So I could do that. Would increase it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So when it comes to the kits, you can only use one kit. You can't whip out all these kits like a full-on EMT suite out in the field. You can only use one kit, then consumables, you can use one consumable.
Right, so you're going to wrap the wound up, but before you do so, you put your healing poultice on there of herbs, and then put your bandages over.
To get that extra advantage.
Okay, the medicinist kit costs 400, and we only get 500. That's probably out of my price range.
You're just an up-and-coming medicinist.
And I'm pretty sure
only cost 50.
And
but those are one-time uses.
You need the proper tools to fix crits. You can't just go out there and with your bare hands fix critical injuries. So it's good to have. Does the
apothecary do that? It says tool for medicine. Would that work?
Yeah, either that or the medicines kit.
Okay, either one then.
Yeah, either one. As long as you've got a kit.
Get something and then have it be useless.
Take the necrotic lure.
I might take the antidote set, though.
Oh, there you go. Reduce the difficulty of curing poison by 2. The poison is unknown. A hard wilds check may identify it.
What's wilds?
Oh, wilderness. Basically survival.
Oh, like survival. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's the smell the wound, taste it a little. That tastes like hemlock.
Then you fall over dead.
Or as me and Kelly joked this morning when we were getting breakfast made for us, Kelly comes out and goes, I smell toast. Do you also smell toast, or should I be concerned?
I was going to say, if you're smelling toast and there's no toast, you need to be concerned because that's a stroke.
That's why she was asking if there was a second opinion for toast.
Yeah.
You are not the only one smelling toast. You may breathe a sigh of relief.
A toast-free sigh of relief.
Okay, got that.
Okay. Like, is there something like a wilderness kit that kind of combines all the like bedroll, water skin, rations, all that stuff?
Unfortunately, not. You have to buy all that individually. What do you think this is? D&D?
All the other settings have that.
Yeah. Well.
Like the Star Wars setting has it. The Android setting has it.
But you're in ancient Greece, so you know you got to run with your
So
bedroll.
I have to go shopping.
Yep. You need to ask your mother to weave you a bedroll before you leave to go on an adventure.
Or steal it.
Because everybody has their specialty trade skills that they're hawking the different things for. Look, this bedroll here. Look at the color and the brightness. Feel that, how nice that is.
It's made out of Aegean wool.
Look at the tightness of the weave.
You can't just go buy a kit. They're not going to throw it all together. Because the one down two stalls has camel bedroll made with.
Well, I'll just buy it all from the.
And I've heard that his blankets have fleas. He does the bait and switch. He shows you the nice blanket, but then when he puts it in a bag for you, it's the flea one. You come back from your adventure and you have fleas.
Lice.
Torch. Do I want a lantern? That might make life easier.
I mean, you are human. Thankfully, in Genesis, total darkness is not as bad as it is in some games.
Lantern. If this was in alphabetical order, that'd be spectacular.
It is an Excel sheet, so you can search for it.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Lantern is 50.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to be able to. I think I'll be able to work with some of these spells out of that spell list. So, like Arcana under curses, like Befuddle, target mind becomes slightly hazy, making focusing on tasks slightly more difficult. Spell successful, the target removes a green from all skill checks they make.
Mm-hmm.
So that could easily be a musical ability.
Oh, heck yeah. And remember, for verse, you cannot do magic attacks, but you can do augment, curse, dispel, heal, and utility.
Yeah.
And remember, utility is like the best thing ever with magic in Genesis, because basically you're adding a purple more than would normally be there, and you can do anything. Any skill can be done with a utility spell. You want to pick a lock? Okay, add an extra purple to what it would have been for lock picks. And you use magic to do it.
Nice. Yeah. So, no, I'm looking at... Though, I don't know. I was looking... I know it says you can't use attack, but I was, looking at it going, well, I throw, musical notes that cause, strain damage.
Hey, curse goes a long way. I'm just going to throw that one out there.
Well, that's curse, but I'm okay, so magic arrow. Okay, so you caster hurls arrows of light at the target. Well, it's not arrows of light, but it's like musical light that but yeah, it basically appears that you can't. But you should be able to do strain though, right?
Yeah.
You can't attack with damage, but you should be able to do strain with it potentially, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hey, Squicker, how you feeling, buddy? Oh, poor cat scraped his butt bald. He let me squirt him with some of the medicated spray.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, looks like whoever got him pretty good.
Yeah. That made me think of the one meme. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like the cat. It's like, oh, I don't think the water bottle's working anymore. And the cat's like lounged back from like, I forget the movie, Flashdance or whatever, where, and they're pulling the string with the water. Bucket of water. Yeah. This is the cat's all like, they're like, I don't think the water bottle's doing what it should now.
Where it's that sexy down.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I think he's used to the water.
The spray bottle has lost its look. Gonna mute myself real.
All right. Doesn't look like Scott's making it on, huh? I think we'll be good. We got our muscle and some healing, a couple different scoundrel Taki, but one with magical possible abilities, and then I think Scott was going to be a Taki craftery type or merchant type.
I think, yeah, merchant or something, I think he said.
So.
Currently drawing my character.
Yeah, as long as we got a few that can attack in some way, whether range or not. There's another group we have that everybody's like Taki, and it's like, oh crap, this is like my character's the only like combatant.
And then so combat starts and they all hide behind you.
Yeah, and it's like shit's the fan. It's like crap.
My guy's the go-to brainiac of the group. You need to know something, he's the guy.
Yeah. It's like, I'm all about talking, but talking doesn't always pan out, especially with these dice.
Pan out, considering your character.
Right? Well, it's funny because we were playing and, he's talking about another character option he was looking at because, the one has certain abilities but kind of limited. And so it's like, so now this other one's like super talkative, so he's just going to talk out of everything. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't always work. And then he's rolling some high skills on some stuff, and it's like, oh, look, that failed your talky talk.
Nah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, because he has no personal skills, but he's super intelligent. So we were playing a con, and we had the talker kind of intervening, but then he took over the conversation, talking all tech. And he was doing good, talking as long as he wasn't, doing anything but actually talking factual tech stuff. But he had to kind of make a roll and then actually failed with a fairly good dice pool. And it's like, looks like our talky talk's finally coming to an end.
he went full Sheldon in that moment.
Yeah, right. And it's like, yeah, see, that's what I was saying. You still need some fighty because talky works for a while and then it fails when you're almost done with your mission, which is where we were. We were literally like right at the end of our mission. All we had to do was get the hell out and then despairs and shit. So
it was beautiful because there was inches of succeeded.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it always goes.
It's like, yes, that's why you need some weapons going on.
Are we going to be, like, riding around on horses or sailing around in boats or neither one just yet?
He's offering a boat to us.
Scott's suggestion, I was totally
I'm sailing away.
Because, we're heroes and all.
Nope.
Give me a
Carry.
horse. Horse is a horse, of course.
Wow, a cloak is 200. That's not happening. I guess not.
No, nobody wears clothing. Nobody wears clothing back then.
This is Sparta.
East, Sparta.
I mean, think about it. It's Mediterranean weather, so I mean, it's literally shorts and short sleeve t-shirt weather. You're almost year round, except anywhere near the coast after the sun sets, because that's a universal thing across the world.
Okay.
And someone just shared something on the Skype channel. What is that?
That is a small, old Greek merchant boat.
Yep. Good enough for 3-4 people, Have a little bit of cargo, you could do fishing if you needed to.
It's got a decent sized belly to it, so it's probably got a pretty good little hold under there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not like you're going to be sleeping underneath or anything like that.
You basically make a little lean-to up on the deck and you sleep on the deck.
Yep. Or maybe if you wanted, looks like.
Hey, y'all.
Maybe, maybe a hair.
Sorry I am so late, but my aunt's visiting from Oregon and is going to be leaving soon, so.
That's understandable. It is the season of family coming and going.
Plus, Arizona's much nicer than Oregon right now.
This is true.
No.
We're cold, but we're nowhere near your cold right now.
And I mean, unfortunately, I work with people in like Minnesota, so.
Oof.
I know people who are colder, but.
I still joke the year Kelly and I got to go to Wisconsin for TeslaCon. We went there on the first day of snow in the state.
Why?
And it was so cute and sweet, and you see the snow fluttering down all nice. And then the next day, everything's under 3 feet. But I did have to joke, since our hotel was far, it was like a mile from the actual con hotel. Just right down the street. But people there were so damn nice when the snow finally happened. They're just like, "Do you want to borrow our car?" I'm like, "You don't know us. We're strangers in costumes, and you're saying if we drop you off, we can borrow your car for the day. We don't know you."
Yeah, people.
Wow.
There are places like that.
Yep.
Not many anymore, but
there is the whole Andy Griffin, town still existing somewhere.
I'm sorry, I'm a human jukebox some days, especially when my ADD is really out of control right now.
Well, you have a little bit of stimulus going on over there. So, Scott, what were you thinking for your archetype and your career? Or should I say, should everybody sound off with what they've got? So that way you've got an idea. And I think they all like your idea of the boat, by the way.
Okay. Well, my career is trader with a D.
Trader. The D is important.
Right. Yeah. Enunciation is very important.
You're all about the drachmas. Drachma like it's hot. Drachma like it's hot.
Seriously.
That my name is Drachmas.
That's funny.
I'm not saying the coin's named after me, but it didn't exist until I did.
But my father.
Yeah. And my character's name is actually one of the, I think it was 7 sons of Pan. I didn't know he had like 7 sons. He probably has a bunch of illegitimates too, but.
But the ones that take after Dad.
I don't think any of his sons were legitimate. I don't think he got married.
No, I know. No, he just slept around everywhere in big, massive orgies.
Okay, so the archetype is average human.
Cool.
The career is trader. Basically, I'm like the 4th son of a senator. And he set me up with a trading company. So that way I basically I work off of my father's interests in villas and wine and olive oil and stuff like that.
Oh, wine.
It's the Mediterranean.
Yeah, we're definitely friends.
Let me make sure that wine is proper and well cured for you.
Did you get James? Did you? Let me actually go back. What's that in Skype?
So we can't have that boat, Jim?
Going for the instant upgrade.
I mean, he said he's like a senator's son, so
I mean that's like the Argos, there's how many oars on that boat? It's what, a trieme or something like that they're called, the
something
war
like
ones?
that. Yeah, something like that, yeah. But now you got 2 pictures to choose for our boat. If you wanted something different.
His archetype is what's it called?
You just said average human.
Connected.
Oh, connected.
Oh, connected.
For his heroic ability.
Oh. The heroic. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because in every port, you know somebody.
I know someone.
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows 3 guys.
No, I just know them all.
He subtly just flashes that one ring that's got the right signet on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Can I take merriment as my desire?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can figure out a better way to call it. Because it's not pleasure. Because I'm not like into drunken sex, although that's part of it. It's more like I want to have fun.
You say that almost like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing, but it's not like that's what I'm driven by.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the fun.
It's the fun, just doesn't have to be the hedonism.
Oh.
Well, the hedonism's good.
Little animal ruddings, nothing wrong with that.
But it's like the entire package: wine, women, song, and dancing.
Oh, yeah, we'll get along quite well.
Exactly, we knew each other. I figured we actually knew each other from the beginning.
Probably. I probably found my way to you because you can help supplement my entertainments.
Well, I can also help you with the city guards.
Well, exactly.
On the plus side, the fates.
No. See, that's way too big. Do you want to have what is that? 40 slaves?
I was just throwing it out, joking.
Okay.
The top two are the same boat, different angle, but I figured that's probably what we would have. That's an actual ancient trade type, basic trade boat.
Okay, and I'm not completely done with the character creation, but I got a bunch of it. But I haven't transferred it over yet, so let me start working on that.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, so basically
that's basically my character and my idea.
Cool. Yeah, so you got that. Then myself, I am a sorcerer archetype with scoundrel, career, and paragon in my verse magic. So. So with
the really important question, Jim. Are we for stats? Are we doing 0 up or stats down?
For wounds and strain, we're doing as originally intended, starting at 0 and working our way up.
Okay.
Yes, very important to make sure we're calibrated on that one from the get-go.
Right.
Because it is funny in some of the other groups, all of a sudden we come into the game from last time and it's been too long, we're like, wait a minute, was I that fucked up? Or are we doing this one the other direction?
It gets confusing. Yeah, so with that, that's my base character, and then he is the one of the sons of Pan. So he does have, if you played with his head, there's little nubbins up top front and kind of extra hairy legs. So
it's if you know what you're looking for, it's there. But if you don't, you don't.
Right.
Of course,
so Jim, I have a question.
What's your question?
So, are cat folk running around ancient Greek, or should I play my character as just like basically something that does look like a cat but can stand up on?
I'd imagine cat folk running around ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I mean, they're curiosities in Greece, but they do exist, and people don't like freak out. But yeah, it's you would be a beautiful novelty to someone's collection.
Okay. And my point.
I like how you said okay, then you paused. That pause was well.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
I don't want to be part of somebody's collection.
As all of a sudden you come to some douchey city-state and the king looks at you and says, "Hello, kitty kitty."
And I run.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm debating, do I want to... I wish I had some way to disguise that, oh no, I'm an actual cat.
So, quick question I will ask. For this setting, we'll use riding for riding animals, piloting for, chariots, wagons, that type of deal, and operating for ships. Is anyone
operating for ships?
Is anyone going to put a point into that?
I am going
to
be operating.
That way, our trader will get at the helm of the boat and tell you guys where to go. Y'all got to row, because I'm holding this big stick.
Well, actually, that boat doesn't have oars.
It's a sail.
It's a sailboat.
Yep.
With rudders on both sides, it looks like.
Well, I'm sure it's probably got some oars for
in
getting
case
out.
Of emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get out past the breakwater.
You don't get to stand at a wheel on that thing.
You hold a big-ass stick.
Big rudder. Handheld rudder. But yeah, that would be good if somebody knows how to drive it.
I just, when we started talking about the boat, I'm like, oh yeah, boat skill.
Yeah, somebody should have that. Probably the trader.
Would make sense.
So, does the merchant have a operating skill of some kind that can be converted maybe to the to that as a base train?
I'm.
I mean, if you want, I'll totally give you. You've got a servant that can do that for you, at least until you get better than him. You know, you've got 2 servants on the boat, which together they equal 1 rank and 1 green.
Negotiation, which is one of my base.
Right, but your other ones
won't help us boat.
That's when you look at him and you see him holding the oar, and he's saying, "Come on, dude, just this once. Get us into port. If you get us into port, I promise I will have some deckhands come out and rub you down with oil."
Currently, I have 1 skill with it, so I'm 1 yellow, 1 green. But like I said, I haven't completely gotten everything yet.
Hey, one yellow, 1 green is not bad.
It's about average.
I mean, unless you're doing
operating?
something,
yeah.
Unless you're doing something crazy weather, you should be fine.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is in your merchant career, does it have a driving skill of some kind as one of its?
One of the 8 choices.
No.
One of the career skills. Really?
No. Charm, coercion, deception, discipline, knowledge, culture, medicine, negotiation, and streetwise.
The streetwise skills. So he can totally say, "Guys, take a left turn right here."
Well,
I actually do not have streetwise. I'm upper class. I took charm, coercion, knowledge, culture, and negotiation. So my knowledge culture is basically what other people's streetwise would be.
But I didn't hear you say discipline. Excellent.
I don't got no discipline.
You're on a boat full of adventurers. Of course there's no discipline.
Actually, I do have a 3 willpower.
Oh, there you go. You're no pushover when it comes to someone trying to make you do something you don't want to do.
Yes.
So medicine was one of the trained skills for a merchant?
Yeah, but I didn't take that yet.
What do you mean didn't take?
He didn't put a rank into it.
It's a career skill, but I haven't spent.
Right. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking what you're putting points into, but what the career was.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that because my character is a doctor.
Well, I was going to say, would you potentially let him swap that to operating instead of medicine?
I already had operating.
Oh, that's why I was asking. One of them was operating or driving something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's what I was just trying
to... I have 1 yellow and 1 green.
No, but is it
a career skill? It's not a career skill.
Right. What I'm saying is changing your medicine as a career skill to operating as a career skill, whether he would let you alter that.
Oh.
If you wanted to, I would let you do that since, in this environment, you have medicine because you sell medical things, but the sailing would totally be part of your character's backstory if you wanted it.
If you let me have medicine, or if you let me have operating as a career skill, I will definitely take it.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally cool with the swap out because, you are a water-based merchant, so it totally makes sense that, the 4th son of the market, the king of the market, would be able to sail the boat.
Yeah.
Go out and bring us back wares.
Yeah, so change to operating and get rid of the medicine as a career, and then boom, we're good.
And that should give you 5 experience points back too.
Right.
And then that will, and then you have your doctor in the group who, if you have questions on selling medicine, you have his expertise. That's Aaron. Or Evan, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
He's the medicine guy.
What's the setting officially called?
We're just calling it Age of Myths. Something.
No problem.
I mean, if you got a suggestion, I'll definitely take it. I was just going with Age of Myths.
Age of Myth is good.
I was just keeping it simple until we come up with something better. You're my squad leader until you die or I find someone better. Sadly, I hope that wasn't what your father said. You're my ship captain until you die or I find someone better.
No, he said, you're the ship captain. Don't make me regret it.
That's a good one, too.
He does not have high hopes for me.
He's like, here. He's like, here, take a boat, go somewhere.
Take a boat. Here's some drachma. Don't die in the first dock you go to.
As long as, actually, from what I understand, as long as you don't run into a storm or lose your boat, it's actually kind of difficult to lose money in this time trading.
Yeah, you have a boat, so as long as you buy low and sell high, I mean, you are the middle of commerce in this area, you know. No one place has everything at one time. And then after all, you've got the Cretians, the Cretan pirates.
Right.
Those guys.
I had a weird, like, talking about name of the thing, Greek or what are we, ancient, what was it again? Ancient myths or something?
Age of Myths?
Or Age of Myths. Yeah, don't know why, but it was like Age of Misnomers or Mythnomers. Or Greek mythnomers.
Myth conceptions.
Yes.
And I totally will warn you for the first adventure. When we get down to it in 2 weeks, there will be a total misunderstanding that you guys get dragged into something fun and awesome. So just go with it. All I gotta say is please just go with it. I won't railroad you, but just go with it. And then there'll be that oh shit moment.
You guys are all young, so I'm not sure if you get this reference, but this is who I am.
Oh.
I was going to say, that looks like a Tully cat person. That's a great picture, by the way.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you posting this, Scott?
I'm in Skype.
Okay.
Waiting for it to come. But
under Natalia's cat picture.
Hasn't come yet.
Hasn't
all
come
of
yet.
a sudden, we all look, and there's like this great black and white cat person picture.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me you just knocked that out.
What was that? What did you say, Jim?
Please don't tell me you just like knocked that out right now.
Yeah, I just did right now.
Ugh, you are so freaking talented.
I have a tablet now.
That's why we all hate you, Natalia.
I'd be spending like 3 days doodling that picture.
I'll try. I will straight up try.
You are
not
amazing.
Even that. I screw up stick figures, so I mean I have absolutely no.
I have been drawing since I was 3. That is basically all I know how to do. I have no discernible skill other than I draw shit.
Yeah, that's a good skill. Yeah. Nice picture there. Scott.
Who recognizes it?
I was gonna say I know this actor.
I gotta look at it.
A funny thing happened on the way to the farm.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, have not seen it.
It's a funny show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's nice of you to call.
Technically, he's a slave, but so I'd be more in a toga. But that's basically what I look like.
Toga, tunic, almost the same thing. Starts with a T.
Uh-huh.
I'd totally get slapped by Kelly for that one.
Has anybody watched? What was it on? I can't remember if it was on Amazon or Netflix, but it's like Plebes, I think it was. It's like slapstick kind of comedy, like slaves in Greece and stuff. It's really bad comedy.
I haven't seen it, but Kelly said she watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was on Amazon.
I think so.
At least when she watched it, it was.
Yeah, I got quite a bit of the way through, but I need to go back to it. But it was, really bad slapstick type kind of.
I was gonna say, if you're looking for inspiration, there's always
joke humor. Yeah.
The BBC Atlantis one.
Oh.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Modern day kid gets sucked into ancient Atlantis, where he gets to meet Hercules and Aeolus.
Yep.
Only they're a bunch of loudmouths. And now that you have a ship, y'all gotta come up with a name for it. Before I sink it.
Nice. We built the ship, but it was trying to load, but it wasn't loading.
We all know of the mythical warriors created by the gods, the Myrmidons, made from ants. Well, you've ran into the island of the Termidons, that made from termites. Why are these guys in armor chewing on our boat? Because they're termite people. They're like, ooh, you brought this exotic hardwood to our island. Nom, 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 nom. I'm like, a new character popped up on my sheet. I'm like, who is Starling the Hat?
Let's see. Did ancient Greek names name their ships? Yes. And with rare exception, the ships were given female names.
Yep. It's actually where a lot of cultures got the tradition of she's a pretty lady.
Like, change my character's name like 4 times.
That's my character.
He's got the Adonis meets Hercules shipping relationship look.
There you go.
My pectoral muscles have pectoral muscles.
And you have your leather armor.
Exactly.
I only need the armor to protect from the waist down. That's where my most lethal weapon is.
Well, no, and he's got leather bracers.
Uh-huh.
He's got leather bracers and the little cloak little medallion. So that there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Fully armored.
I am set.
I mean, he's got to live under the sun because that's where he gets the bronzeness.
Right?
Every port you go to, women will swoon and pass out and fall off the dock.
Yeah.
Or they'll look to their husbands and say, "Husband, summon the scribe. He's on my list."
now I'll have to come up with a theme song for him when he enter places.
But my fear is commitment.
Is it?
Yeah. Commitment / responsibility.
So you're kind of a love them and leave them, huh?
Yeah.
It's far better to get on the boat before responsibility shows up in 9 months.
Exactly.
Oh, or worse, there's that whole Spartan thing where somebody will totally come up with you and say, "I will pay you 100 drachma to sleep with my wife so we have strong children." That was totally a thing with the Spartans.
Oh, I mean, do need money.
It's a hard life to earn those coins. He works hard for his money. Ding, ding, ding. Show a scene where he's just sitting there doing the flash dance and the drachmas are just landing on him.
Ah, damn it.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm coloring my picture now. I decided to base my character off an actual Egyptian Mao, which is the name of a breed of cat.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, when I saw your name, I thought that was what you're going for, was the very Mao-looking cat.
I'm still getting used to using Procreate, and I sometimes have problems with if I have even the tiniest little gap, it will flood everything.
Wait. The name of the program is Procreate?
Yes.
Yeah,
there was jokes
I did not name
happen.
it. I did not name the program. It is one of the many problems I have with the program, but I hate to say it, it is a good program to draw in, but that's the only good thing about this program.
Hey, if it's good to draw in, that's all that really matters. I mean.
Yeah, it's just I have so many. It's really hard to edit photos in it, so I only use it really for drawing and coloring, and then everything else I import it out for Photoshop.
So, what do you guys think of this for a name? I put it in Skype.
But it's spoken with those weird Greek letters.
How would you say that name?
Amelia. The U is basically dropped.
I mean, works for me. Fits my theme and trope.
As I put it into how to pronounce. It's Yamelia.
Did you hear that?
Yamelia, is that what how to pronounce it?
Yep.
Yamelia?
Oh, sorry, the E is dropped. It's more Eumelia.
Yeah.
I typed it in for a Greek pronunciation.
Works for me. I'm
like
coming up with not a lot of good stuff, trying to find old Greek names. Most all the Greek stuff I'm finding looks like actual current or,
Yeah, I don't want to name it after a god.
No.
Funny enough,
trouble.
I put in the meaning of Eumelia, and it just says it's the name of a hotel situated in Greece.
Yeah.
The website I got it from says it was Melody.
Yeah, these are all like actual current ships. Greek current ships. That's no good. But I'm good with that name.
Hey, it works. It totally sounds on par.
It's not humiliating.
God.
Wow.
I'll be here all week.
Well, I mean, he was saying this is supposed to be kind of that tongue-in-cheek game, so...
Yep. He will trade you dad jokes for groans. He has groans for days. I mean, maybe that's his secret tactic for, getting the best deal.
Yeah. I think my guy's pretty much all good. I still have 100 credits left too. Wow.
Nice.
Oh yeah, what's our starting credits?
500.
Okay.
Yep, 500 drachma.
And then there's the spreadsheet in the channel that has all the equipment options.
Yeah, it's a really good spreadsheet I came across. I'm like, oh yeah, we're keeping that in circulation. You know, there's nothing worse when you're trying to get a battery out of a wireless keyboard and the battery just does not want to come out.
Oh no. All right.
Obviously, I left the keyboard upside down and the battery drained because it was sitting upside down.
Got that. I got my character picture.
What? You got a picture ready too?
I do.
I know. I kind of saw that when I popped in the lobby earlier today.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at him all getting ahead of things. So this will be when I totally throw out that player caveat. Is there any special skills you want to make sure you're the only one in the group that has?
What does that mean?
Like, do you want to be the only one that has the pickpocketing skill or the land navigation skill? Just so people aren't doubling up on, two people have the exact same skill sets kind of thing.
I mean, I'm a con artist, so there's a lot of skullduggery on my part, I guess. I don't know.
And I'm all about the tinkering and the medicine and the inventing and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think where we have some repetitive, but in different ways is the in the social skills. But I mean, I'm more in the charm. I'm more in the charm and deception only, though. So that I'm skilled in or trained in. So, but I'm 3. My skill, I'm 3 in all of my in cunning, willpower, and presence. So I mean, I have some skullduggery, but I am the only one though in the party that does have magic. So
I've got divine.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I know everybody.
I know a guy who knows a guy who totally has the hookup with the priestess.
And who I was gonna say, who's your god?
The Greeks really didn't do a singular god unless they were priests.
True, but if you're pulling on divine,
if you guys have a patron god, because like when you look at Ulysses, he always called on Athena. Hercules definitely does not call on Hera. Is there any god that you either like or dislike? Feel free to throw that in your bio so that way it's there so I can feed off of it later. Nom 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 nom.
I was thinking my character could claim that they're I don't know, they're somehow personally related to Bastet or something like that.
You are here on a fact-finding mission. You need all the facts. And by facts, I mean you need to steal some shit.
Yeah. So I would think for your character, Scott, while yes, a lot of pantheons, but if you're pulling magic, somebody's granting it as divine, your probably primary would be Hermes because he is the protector of human heralds, travelers, thieves, merchants, and orators.
Yeah. Also, he's kind of the diplomat.
So which is also, that would probably be your divine
which is also
pool.
Where I kind of go.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go really dark and say it's Hecate. All of a sudden, his merchant work took a dark, dark twist.
Right?
No slavers.
The merchant's going to meet you at the crossroads of the full moon night.
Now, does...
Actually, I'm not sure if it's Hermes or Poseidon. Let me think about it for a sec.
Well, Poseidon would be of the sea, but Hermes, I mean, like I said, yeah, but I mean, if you want to pull on the merchant, or I guess if you want to pull on I want to get across the ocean safely, I guess.
No, I think you're right with I just wanted to think about it for a sec, but I think you're right. I think it's Hermes.
No. Yeah, but I mean, you would still pray to Poseidon before a voyage and shit like that, because you want to be in his graces for sure.
Oh, heck yeah. You're pouring a glass of wine out saying, here's one for my god homie. Make sure our boat gets there on time. And if you have to eat somebody as a sea serpent, I will say you did a good and noble thing eating somebody with a sea serpent, and you deserve all the credit. Because I don't want to slight you in the slightest.
That's bad.
Okay. Interesting. I was like looking here, so it's like trying to see who might be a nemesis of like Pan and stuff. So, of course, friends of Pan are Dionysus. Imagine that. God of wine, parties.
Remember,
and also,
one of the gods that opposes Pan is Apollo.
It is, yeah. That's what I was just seeing. Is yes, Apollo does not like Pan.
Yep, he actually skinned him in one of the stories.
Well, it says here who skinned my buddy Marseilles.
Mm-hmm. Because Pan used one of his sacred cows to make a drum. Because they were playing the lute versus the drum, which one sounds prettier. And Apollo took offense to skinning his magic bull.
So he skinned him and turned him into a drum.
Little tit for tat there.
Oh, so Marseilles is not Pan, but is a satyr.
It is one of his kids, basically. Yeah.
Interesting. So okay, so yeah, well, there you go. There's my nemesis, and Hermes is a good friend too. So
Hermes is just a nice guy. Period.
Right.
I mean, there's no real stories with Hermes where anyone is really, really slighted. He's like the Mr. Rogers Loki. All of his little things are just funny, haha, not funny, oh, you ended up hurt.
Yep.
And he was just trying to get his dad's approval.
I still think Hades gets a bad rap.
Oh, Hades gets screwed.
Hades is actually a decent guy. He just wants to do his job and love his wife. His wife is scarier than he is.
Well, think about it. Hades is also in charge of heaven. A lot of people forget that one, but he's in charge of both the Hades torment and the Elysian fields, which is heaven. So he's in charge of both, which means he's got to be judge, jury, executioner, and Fantasy Island host.
Fantasy Island host.
I am Rook, and I am.
Well, and actually, if you read the origin story, he got screwed because he got last pick.
Yeah, when they drew their lots, he got left with everything hidden under the earth. Granted, that does include the bounty of ore and gems, which is apparently attributed to him. But, yay, I'm stuck living under the earth.
Can my mother be Nike?
Yes, she could.
I mean, you're demigod, so yeah, you want to have a backstory of
on both ends? Because normally you'd have one god and one human.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my mom was Nike and my dad was a gladiator.
There you go.
She's like, hey, I appreciate your style.
Exactly.
Very nice. So yeah, so I got to be careful who and what I say to Apollo. Okay, not a problem. Don't need him getting more satires.
Hey, that's a nice tattoo you just got. It looked good on my wall. No, Apollo, put your gas huffing priestesses away.
Yeah, no making fun of him. All right. Now this one doesn't. Interesting. This one doesn't list Argonus as one of his sons.
I mean, then when it comes down to the myths for the Greeks, you never know from one story to another how they flip-flop and change.
Yeah, Silenus? Who the hell's Silenus?
Like depending on which point of view you get from Aphrodite, whether she's Zeus's daughter or she comes from the actual Titans. You know, sort of like with the Vikings where they had Loki and Utgard Loki. In the stories, the person can be switched back and forth to be either or.
Yeah, this one thing I found is kind of interesting. So I've never heard of Silenus, I guess. Mm-hmm. So Silenus, also spelled basically spelled Silenos, is a rustic god of the forest, drunkenness, and wine making in Greek mythology. He's companions with, or friend, an advisor to, actually, Dionysus. So he's like more of the, like, here's how you do this shit, and making it.
Advisor.
He just parties with it.
He's the wine guy. It's like, hey, what's going to pair well with this dinner? Go
Pretty
get
much.
Some wine.
Dionysus
go bring us some clay pots full of wine.
Yeah, Dionysus just parties his ass off, but interesting. This is.
Oh, you never actually answered my question. How do you get improved ability, heroic ability?
So as you earn experience, let me get back into Realms of Terranoth. So for every 50 experience you get a point to upgrade your ability. Let me get back there. So for your heroic abilities, that's on page 75 of the Terranoth book. And so you pick your ability, and then as you upgrade, so for your basic ability, it's 2 story points to pop it off to use it. And then you can upgrade it with the improved and the superior as you spend points on it, because every 50 experience you earn, you're going to earn 1 ability point.
Oh, okay.
And
those one are ability point.
Yeah, and those are at the very end of the heroic abilities. And then because the nice thing is you can actually like have people you recover strain when you do whatever your ability is, just because it's that much of a rockstar ability.
And what we had discussed, and looks like the best place to put that is in power, under powers, under your weapons, and that
yeah,
the very
your
bottom
character sheet. Yeah.
That on your character sheet. That way you can click the view upgrades and add the upgrades below it. So Messias is the great parable of hubris.
Oh.
The satyr Messias challenged the god Apollo to a musical competition. The god triumphed and then punished his challenger by skinning him alive.
Jesus. How dare you beat me? Because the Greek gods are dicks.
Oh, no, yeah. Very jealous and very what do I want to say?
Very
vindictive.
petulant. Yeah. Like one of the worst ones is Athena.
Zeus.
Oh no, Athena, when a priestess in her temple was assaulted by Poseidon, she blamed the priestess for having sex in her temple, not the god who came in there and had his way with her.
Ugh.
And it's like, so you're turning her into a monster because she was victimized? Way to support the girl power.
Yeah. All right.
That's a really good job.
I just finished Mal.
Nice.
Skype.
Oh, is that what's in there? Cool. And the other friend is Marin.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Greek mythology was a hero of sweet wine. So yeah, all the mythical people I'm involved with are whatnot, all involved with wine and drinking and drunkenness. That's awesome. That looks amazing.
I'm totally sensing the group will be importing wines all across the lands.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure Mom's proud of the group I've chosen to hang out with.
That's just
we like to have a good time, you know?
Have fun storming the castle.
Make sure you bring back the wine.
Why fight? Make love.
Though speaking of wine, I will totally throw out something interesting I found out while falling through the YouTube rabbit hole. Apparently in ancient England, we're talking like 1700s ancient, that when it was seen as a prestigious thing to have foreign wines imported to your country, the winemakers in most of the English keeps and castles would actually alter the wine's flavor once it arrived, because one thing you didn't realize is the fact that wine has been in a cask and been getting juggled from wagon to boat to wagon, it's lost its actual integrity as intended for the flavor that it was supposed to taste like, because it's been so oxygenated afterwards. Because, when you make wine, you basically set it and forget it, and you let the carbon dioxide build up inside it. So just by transporting these kegs, you're oxygenating the wine, which is totally changing its flavor. So even though you ordered this wine from thousands of leagues away, what shows up on your doorstep is basically the soured equivalent of what you bought.
That's part of where ports came around. They reinforced it, which helped to improve its viability for long travel in a wet boat type travel.
Yeah, because, don't put it in a wood barrel, because the wood barrel can soak up liquids.
So, yes.
And
port.
Apparently, in noble courts, you actually had an allowance of booze. So, like, if you were invited to be at court with your little group of retainers, you would be, like, expected to have a certain gallon number of wine for you and your court. So, like, Duke so-and-so, for his troop of people, you'd be expecting to have, like, 100 gallons a week. And this is just wine that would be delivered to your rooms that you have in the castle.
100 gallons a week?
Because it would be for the noble...
Well, you don't drink water.
The wife, all of the retainers, their servants.
Okay.
Because, think about it, Tudors era London, the river was basically choked full of human remnants.
Yeah.
And
you didn't drink water back in the day.
Yeah.
You drank alcohol because it was safer.
Yeah, because the one major river in and out of town, basically every privy pot was washed in that river. Many, many bodies were thrown in that river. So the river was not a safe option unless you had a safe well, which was apparently super rare, because as it got later on, less and less people admitted they had wells in their basements, because then people would, want water. And then the contamination they had. There's actually this one special they showed. They actually had these cool little decorations they put on the side of buildings. The whole point of this little cool decoration that's about shin height is to dissuade people from going into your alley and whizzing on the wall. Because the decoration was made to slope that if you peed, it would splatter right under your boots.
Oh.
So if you're wearing sandals, wow.
Even worse. Yeah, if you're wearing fabric shoes, you're screwed. Because you now just, peed on the wall and it shoots it right back at you. And apparently some of these modifications still exist and people just thought for the longest time it's beautiful trim work. Or it's meant to keep like the water when it rains to shoot off the building. But no, they were actually intended to make sure anyone who whizzes on this part of the building would pay for it. Because if you're going to whiz, they wanted you to go around back to do it, basically. That and the fact that, 200 or 300 customers coming to your pub, all whizzing on the corner is going to be caustic to the actual ceramic work.
Yeah.
I mean, ticket to the tanneries. And of course, that one special was also brought up the whole, piss poor or, so poor they don't have a pot to piss in was literally because that was one of the last things people would do is if you were piss poor, you were actually urinating and sending it to the tanneries for coin. And if you're too poor to... my brain just stopped working because it's late. Doesn't have a pot to piss in. There you go. That's the phrase. He doesn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
Means you are poorer than poor because you can't even get a pot to collect urine.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of chambermaids also use that to supplement their income because they'd be in charge of cleaning those out, and they would just happen to stockpile it till they could take it to the tannery. Because uric acid is a thing.
So where are we out of? I was just looking at the map and going, where are we from?
Where do you want to be from is the question. I know one of you is from Egypt.
Well, yes. So, but we're apparently in the Greek area. So where are we operating Greek-wise? You're looking at Athens, Argos, Corinth,
for our
Olympia.
very first adventure, you guys are actually going to be on the little island, just little island. Little city-state, island of, coming here to get some of the cool spring materials, basically wine, because, wine made with fresh artisanal water, grapes squeezed on the thighs of the virgin daughters. And as you guys pull into port, you will totally be swept up into the little party festival that's going on at the moment. And just go with it. Just go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
where's your
okay.
father? So where's your father from, Scott? Where's
I mean, yeah, you guys can pick anywhere on the map that you're from. I mean,
well, I figure obviously that's going to be like wherever his father is, probably the main like operating base, but
that's the port of call.
The fallback to that would be the business head, right? So
time to take the flight samplers of wine that we've discovered before we drink them all.
Right.
Shouldn't these casks be full? Well, they were. And then the sales got stalled.
Had to do quality checks.
That's why they call it the God's share.
Yeah.
I mean,
had to do quality testing to maintain it.
There's a reason why they called...
Definitely don't want to be from Delphi.
Hold on a second. I know where we're from.
Because Delphi is Apollo's country.
Yep. That's where his biggest temple is.
Where are we from, Scott?
I'm re-looking it up.
The worst part is when you piss off Apollo, it feels like you're walking and there's a magnifying glass above your head as a beam of bright sunlight keeps hitting you no matter where you go.
We could be from Crete.
Cretan?
Yeah, it's a little on this. It's a little southern, and
I was gonna
or
totally
someplace
throw out
in
there.
the colonies like Miletus or something like that.
But you know the story
It's
of the
a little
Cretians,
more-
right?
I took the name drachmas. The suffix as is from Macedonia or Epirus.
Ephesus or
Epirus. Southeastern Europe between Greece and Albania.
Oh, there it is. I see.
Where?
Between Greece and Albania, it's an island. Oh, no, actually, it's not an island. It's near an island.
I was going to say, between Greece and Albania, it's going to be,
I'm trying to see where it's at on the map here.
So Albania is
that's
just
north.
to the west of Macedonia.
Yeah, right. North and west, I think.
So it's basically right over here.
Oh, so it's not on the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't technically exist
on the map.
Yes. Yeah, Macedonia's right there.
Yep.
It's well, that's the whole it's like the whole region, though.
Yeah. But the country of Albania is basically this little guy here. All the way down to about right there. All the way up to here. In the modern day world, it's Albania. Albania on the southeastern European Balkan Peninsula.
Oh, there it is.
A small country with Arabic and Ionic coastlines and an interior crossed by the Albanian Alps.
If we're in the if we're going to be merchants on a boat, shouldn't we be like down in the coast, like of the Aegean or something?
On the bigger
more southerly.
Well, it totally could be his character's point of he's trying to get into the markets in the Aegean Sea.
Well, remember that. Well, if you take a look, Epirus has a huge coast.
Yeah,
it's just not the Aegean.
Yeah,
and if you want to do it the easy way, you can do a boat on the ocean, but doing a boat in the mountains is much more challenging.
Well, but that's why the merchants used ships so much, because you really couldn't travel by land. It was way too mountainous. You basically took something to a coast.
Your father sent you to go reap the gifts of the Aegean Sea and bring them back home. Because you don't want to pay the Macedonian taxes by going through Macedonia, because they're just going to tax the shit out of you. So if you can get some of the best treasures and then go around the peninsula and drop them off, victory! Drachma for the win.
Okay, well, works for me. I was looking at Milos or Naxos.
I was thinking more southern, but sure, why not?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'll totally throw it out there. The Cretians have a really bad rep because if you talk to a lot of Italians and a lot of Greeks, they're basically a bunch of fucking pirates.
Yeah.
There were some of Europe's, one of the little islands.
Yeah. Milos or Naxos.
Naxos is actually a pretty cool island in modern life. Just totally going to throw that one out there. Yeah. It's one of the ones that the Allies used it a lot during World War II, and it's a great vacation location.
Oh, well.
You know, they learned what tourism was, and they embraced that shit.
Oh,
but
well,
for our first...
Epirus got split between Greece and Albania.
Mm-hmm.
After World War One.
So Samos, birthplace of Greek philosopher, mathematician, I can't even speak.
Pythagoras.
The guy who made the theorem.
Yes.
The Pythagorean theorem, something like that.
Yep.
Pythagorean. A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yep. And that's why you're the brainy character.
Some of your documents have me confused, Jim.
A lot of them are confusing. Which document in general?
Everything after the ship.
What do you mean everything after the ship? In the Skype chat?
No, in the where the documents are, you've got your characters, and then the ship, and then there's this section that says basic rules.
Ignore all of that stuff. Yeah, ignore that stuff.
Okay.
That was stuff that, because I threw some of the maps from Roll20 in here, those came with that, and I just haven't cleaned them up yet.
Okay.
I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, there is like some festive-y little... The festival. Hey, there we go. That's actually probably on par for you guys. The festival has arm wrestling, truthers dice, follow the card, whack-a-knoll. What is this, World of Warcraft? The 9 Cups, Suitor's Claim, the Devil's Bones. Because I was borrowing some of the Roll20 maps.
Okay, so if we're not going to be from Epirus, I need to change my name a little bit. Where are we going to be from?
Why would that have to change your name?
Well, I mean,
you can be from Epirus.
Yeah.
You could be from Epirus.
Because the AS suffix means Epirus or Macedonia.
But yeah, you could be from there.
It totally works.
We could be
because my father's a senator from there, and that's where the work's going to be based out of. So that's where we're going to be.
Well, we're going to be somewhere else, but that's where your business is out of, yes.
No, because we're going to be based out of my business.
Well, that's what I just said. We're starting off somewhere else in the game.
You're in the middle of your travels.
That's why I said no. We're starting off on our. No, we're starting off in my city.
No, Jim said we're starting off on an island, but you can be based. We can be based. Out of your business, out of Epirus.
Okay, so what island are we starting off of?
Basically, it's one of these little dark, unknown islands, and you're showing up because you've heard that there's a great party happening, and you're basically here for the party and the special wine that they have, so that way you can, of course, take it out and about and see if you can sell this wine once you can procure some. But like I said, once we had the actual adventure happen, you're going to be kind of shanghaied to do something else. Because your boat's pulling in the harbor when someone else's boat should have been pulling in the harbor. And, well, they've mistaken you guys for a bunch of big damn heroes. Or are you?
We'll find out.
Yep.
So, yes, we're currently out trading away from your business and family.
You guys are probably doing the seasonal route, hitting the stuff that's being harvested at its peak in the right areas at the right time, and taking it around to where it needs to go to get the best coinage. And this island is known for its delectable white wine.
If we don't want to be on mainland, we could go with Corsaira for your father's location, which is the island there, located in the Ionian Sea. It's one of the northernmost Greek islands and was an important polis or something here. What's it saying?
Polis is a city.
Would be city.
Yep.
Northernmost Greek island. It was an important polis or city-state in the archaic and classic periods.
Okay, sounds good.
It was probably one of those, because it's a nice big island. It's probably had good water for ports.
Yeah, possessing a significant naval fleet and controlling access to the Adriatic, the island was often fought over by larger city-states such as Corinth and Athens in the classical period, and was a Roman naval base in the 1st century BCE.
Ew. Romans go home.
So, that sounds good.
But at this point in the world, those guys haven't even finished suckling off the wolf. So everybody got enough of an idea to finish up if they're not completely finished?
Actually, that's a good point. Are we before or after the Trojan War?
This is going to be like before the Trojan War happened, but in that era,
Okay.
Where all the myths all exist all at once in the right way.
Okay.
That way, the heroes are there in case you don't become the big damn heroes. I have a feeling you're going to be the big damn heroes one way or another.
We're going to cram it down their throat if we have to.
and I'm just going to say, with all these con artists and tricksters in the group, totally go watch The Rock's Hercules.
The which one?
The Rock, the actor. Have you seen his Hercules?
Think I have. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's where they basically have convinced everyone he's did his great labors, but they're basically exaggerated tales because of his bard.
Right.
So, like, the Hydra, instead of being a 7-headed Hydra, was actually 7 bandits. And then the Stygian birds, which were supposed to be harpies with daggers, were actually tree bandits that used throwing knives that looked like feathers. So, while his bard and his priest upsell his abilities, it's really a lot of showmanship. Because I'm totally going to get you guys pulled into a thing where you got to do your things, and trickiness is a good thing too.
Yeah. So the city gained the name of Corcyra, and thanks to it, its 3 harbors prospering as a trading center. The name Corcyra may be a corruption of Gorgon after the mythical creature known as Medusa, who was killed by the Corinthian hero Bellerophon.
Bellerophon.
So that sounds like a perfect spot.
Sometimes back home's got a Gorgon problem, Here today, Gorgon tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah, so that's where your family is then, so cool.
And yes, there'll be lots of narrative screen swipes with travel doing the Indiana Jones thing.
Do we do a D100 for starting pocket change?
After you've spent your 500, you get to roll a D100, and that's your pocket cash.
Nice.
As the D100 rolls start happening.
What's happening?
Roll after you spend your money, you roll a D100, and that's extra pocket change you have. Apparently,
what if we didn't spend all of our 100?
Well, no, this is after you spend your 500.
Well, I mean, I didn't spend all my 500. I still get a roll.
Yeah, yep. You still get a roll.
Bonus.
Basically,
you get
the
to roll,
D100
and
is
you
your
get to
pocket
keep
change.
whatever you have left over.
Yep.
You get to keep whatever you had left over too.
So
Jesus Christ, you guys are well-paid travelers.
Not all
88
of us.
plus whatever
you have left over.
Okay.
Whatever you have left over from your 500.
Some of us are getting by on our looks, apparently.
Well, you need to work harder. Laboring doesn't pay as well as playing an instrument for the court.
They're like, hey, I need you to help me woo this lady. Don't fuck it up.
But don't worry, my friend. I'll take care of you. Okay. I'll make sure you have drink. Any port.
That's all I need.
And of course, it's the Genesis system, so if there's anything you think is appropriate, we can always shave off its serial numbers and import it into the game.
Where do you put money on here?
Main
the
page.
very
It says
first
money
tab.
under character.
Yep.
Character info, character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Character
info. That's
It's
where
the
you have like
very
your
first tab
name and
of
all
the
that good
first
stuff.
tabs.
Career, money. There we go. Okay.
So many tabs.
There are too many tabs.
Make sure you put your motivations down too.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
My desire is wealth. My fear is death. My strength is adaptability, and my flaw is laziness.
I noticed we have quite a few adaptability people.
Well, that's a good one. That's how you get by.
It is a good one. Yeah, I mean,
So my desire is merriment. My fear is humiliation. My strength is witty. My flaw is pride.
Ooh.
Well, I am a senator's son.
Yeah. Well, my desire is fame.
And I should fill that with look at me. Look at me. I'm a senator's son.
Yeah,
look at me. Look at me. Yeah. I'm the fortunate one.
My desire is fame. My fear is isolation. Because, you can't, it's not much of a party by myself.
You don't want the party to ever end.
Strength is witty, and then fear, flaw is recklessness.
Ooh, I like that.
If it turns into an orgy, what the hell?
My desire is glory. My fear is commitment/responsibility. My strength is courage, and my flaw is also recklessness. Nice. But in a different way.
Right.
The first time somebody comes up and says, "Are you chicken?"
So you're a reluctant hero. The responsibility part. You're like the reluctant hero. Like I don't really want to be in the limelight and the responsibility, but I can't let that person get kicked down like that.
Exactly.
Dang it! I'm gonna have to step up and take care of something.
Somebody's gonna have to take the bull by the horns.
I'm gonna look good doing it, by gum.
Yeah.
Quick, someone bring me some olive oil. I need to grease up first.
So you're what? Yeah, I was trying to think like Gaston or somebody, but not Greek, but not quite the pompous. Just look at me, I look good type. But
yeah.
But I'm the greatest. Let me explain why. And you are his sidekick bard, so
right?
Best wingman ever.
Don't worry, man. We'll be fine. What could go wrong?
Everything.
With your brain and my looks.
With his brain and your looks, you clearly need a real brain in the group.
And this is why we bring the smart guy. Because if we can't figure it out with charm or violence, the smart guy will say something smart.
Yeah.
Or the liar can maybe lie their way out.
Yeah.
But I definitely need him for like the strength part because that ain't me.
Can you please pick up this heavy thing? It fell on me.
Yeah, brawn 1.
So you're a little on the sickly side, strength-wise.
Yeah, real thin, frail guy, kind of, sort of.
Just need to eat more.
Oh. I desire expertise, fear, failure, or humiliation. One of those two I haven't decided yet. Strength is either going to be analytical or probably analytical. And then flaw is going to be, where was it? Probably pride.
So don't question anything you tell us.
So, Dr. Doom?
My genius mind will solve our problems. All of them.
Right. Like, I just told you this was what it is. Why are you questioning me?
How many times is it going to make me repeat myself?
And what was your desire?
Expertise. Like, wants to be the best at doctoring.
Nice.
I want to doctor the very best the surgeon ever was. Get the little Pokemon theme going.
I mean, I really hope to not ever need you, but it's good to have you there.
Better to have you and not need you. There's nothing better than when the king calls for the royal physician and you brought your own.
Yeah.
Have you seen what I'm calling armor? Of course that we need him.
My olive armor is my olive armor. Rub it on.
Yes, but so what I'm calling armor is Aetherian. So
Hey.
So I hope never to actually. I never hope to never get hit. So, oh look, something dangerous. Here, look, go there.
Go handle that dangerous thing. I'll be over here buffing you. Don't worry.
I'm right here behind you. Don't worry.
I can cast many healing spells and buff you. Where's that loot that lets me heal 2 targets at once?
Well, the musical instrument that I purchased, it gives me the 2 or additional target.
Because it's nice to
200 credits. 200 credits for that thing.
It's totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ability to heal 2 people or to buff 2 people, totally worth it.
Yep.
Okay, so it sounds like we've got everything situated. Our characters are starting to come together. So it's probably a good time to call it a night.
Yep.
Because I don't know about you guys, but it got like real
I already
cold.
drew all over the splash screen.
Oh, did you? I stepped away, so.
Oh, yes, we got dragons and kitties on the south side.
South side? Is that the bad neighborhood?
Apparently the Cretians have some wine-drinking dragons and a knife-wielding cat.
And just to be clear, because this is a new day for me, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we're doing it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's bi-weekly.
Okay.
So not next week, but the following week, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Great. That's even better because it's on my off chemo week.
Ooh, good.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That's good. Okay. Well, bye guys. I'm gonna go harass my animals. So
everybody
have a good
get
night.
some rest and warm up.
Good night, y'all.
Because like my house just dropped like 10 degrees. What the hell?
Oh, you poor thing.
I mean, it's like 46 degrees right now. I have to put on a shirt.
It's a little chilly out.
Yep, it's getting nippy.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, later, guys.
Good job, all.
Night.
See y'all.
Night.
Bye-bye.
And Merry Christmas.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
It'll be after.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yep. Happy Hanukkah.
That too.
And it will not yet be Kwanzaa.
Super solstice.
Yep, because next
Thursday
Thursday is solstice.
And the Mercedes or whatever showers going on tonight.
Yep.
By the way,
go out and see some meteors at midnight.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was so bright the other day that my camera in the driveway was actually alerted because it caught light with the night vision on.
Oh,
so
wow.
there's like strobe flashes.
Yeah, it's supposed to, it's like up to around 50 an hour or 50 an hour? No, less than that. I think it was less than that, but it was, it's a pretty significant number of episodes going on.
That's
yesterday.
awesome.
Today's supposed to be pretty heavy, so yeah. So, all right. See y'all.
Later, guys.